Hey there, Stet here. Let's say for some reason you go for an evening stroll. Hey, with Halloween just behind us, why not? What animal would you think to see? With its piercing yellow eyes and its somewhat chilling call, you might see an owl. And what owl in the Americas is more iconic than the great horned owl? The great horned owl, Bubo virginianus, is found under the owl order Strigiformes, of which all owls are found, as well as the true owl family Strigidae, of which almost all owls belong to, with the exception of the barn owl being in its own family. The genus Bubo contains all American horned owls and Old World eagle owls, from which the genus is derived from, specifically the Eurasian eagle owl. Along with the snowy owl and the lesser horned owl, the great horned owl makes up the American members of this genus. Great horned owls are a variable brown with darker bands, creating a good pattern for camouflaging among trees. Their front has a thin white strip extending from a throat patch at the neck used for intimidation when threatened, and trust me, they'll use it. Their head contains a facial disc with its bright yellow eyes and the iconic ear tufts that make up its said horns. As they are owls, great horned owls possess all the features of a raptor or bird of prey, that being the hooked beak as well as the sharp, curved talons, in addition to keen eyesight. Great horned owls will vary in average size depending on where they are located geographically, with larger individuals being in the north, like in northern Canada and Alaska, and smaller individuals being in the south, like Texas, California, and Mexico. Interesting fact, this actually corresponds with a zoological rule called Bergmann's rule, which suggests that most warm-blooded animals like mammals and birds with a broad distribution range will increase in size as latitude increases. Like all raptors, great horned owls show a sexual dimorphism in size where females are larger than males. Great horned owls will range from 43 to 57 centimeters or 17 to 25 inches with a wingspan of 1.4 meters or 4.6 feet and will weigh 1.6 kilograms or 3.5 pounds for females and 1.2 kilograms or 2.7 pounds for males. Regarding age, great horned owls live an average life expectancy of 13 years in the wild, with 28 years being the recorded max, and 20 years in captivity with the max of 35 years. They will sexually mature at 1 to 3 years of age. As for the call, well, take a listen to this duet and focus on the latter of the two. This song could be transliterated into many things, but I like to go with, "Who cooks for you?" The range of the great horned owl is pretty broad across the Americas. It extends from the subarctic of North America down to mid-Central America and resides in some upland areas of South America. Due to their wide range, great horned owls also occupy a wide range of habitats, from temperate, deciduous, and coniferous forests to tropical rainforests, from plains to mountains, and is thought to be highly adaptable. Being raptors, great horned owls are carnivores. They'll eat a wide range of small prey, from rodents such as mice, squirrels, voles, and rats, to rabbits and hares, and other mammals such as bats, weasels, and ferrets. Of birds, they eat a number of fowl, from chickens to grouse, as well as turkey and pheasant. They are also known to eat other prey such as snakes, lizards, amphibians, and some fish, including goldfish. One known feature of owls in general is that they can't digest fur, feathers, and bones. They will regurgitate non-digestible parts into owl pellets. With some exceptions, owls are nocturnal and the great horned owl fits the bill. Great horned owls will mostly hunt at dawn and dusk, hunting between sunset to midnight and 4:30 to sunrise, although they will sometimes hunt during the day while roosting. Now, as stated before, great horned owls sexually mature at 1 to 3 years of age. They're mainly monogamous, although males will see two females at a time and will court and call to each other via hooting, much like the previous recording. Great horned owls will nest in other homes made by other larger birds such as eagles, hawks, and falcons, and will lay around 2 eggs per clutch, although as little as 1 or as much as 6 can be laid. Egg laying also depends on geography, as those further south will lay as early as November to February, and those in the north will lay as late as May to June. Owlets will hatch after an incubation period of 30 to 40 days, coming eventually all fluffy-like and growing until they are mature. While the great horned owl is in known danger as a species, being classified as least concern, danger to individuals is a different story. As our human infrastructure continues to grow, like many species, great horned owls are finding it difficult to coexist. Great horned owls will be injured or killed by flying into windows and power lines that will do damage to their wings, eyes, and beak. Thankfully, there are places that can help. I volunteered at a place called the Mountsburg Raptor Center where injured raptors were kept. They take care of the birds as with their injuries, these birds of prey cannot be released into the wild since they could not function on their own. The same goes true for another type of their residents, the human imprinted, being those who have spent time with humans from a young age and long enough to think they were people. One of the great horned owls is like this. Her name is Octavius, Tavy for short, and she was found as an owlet by a group of people who thought it'd be a great idea to keep her. They didn't feed her properly with the meat she needed and even fed her beer. Lack of nutrition stunted her growth, and when she was brought in, she was thought to be a male based on her small size, hence her name, but was later discovered to be a female. Two other great horned owls there, who are male, are also human imprinted, one being Spruce, a captive bred used for falconry before finding a home at Mountsburg, the other being Chopper, another who was found and taken as a pet before being confiscated and taken care of at Mountsburg. The problem is that birds are imprinted by those who they associate with when they're young. If this happens to be a person, they won't learn the skills they need to survive and will think they're human. So, if you happen to find a baby bird somewhere and there's no visible sign of injury, I suggest you just leave it there since the nest is most likely nearby and leave the situation as life intended. If it's injured, whether baby or adult, take it to the nearest wildlife rehabilitation center where a professional can handle it. Overall, great horned owls are awesome. If you're ever out for an evening stroll through a wooded area and they live where you live, keep an eye out and you might just see one. Thanks for watching. Stead out.